Welcome to the Sauce and Gravy channel. This is Johnny Mac, the gravy guy. It's Saturday sauce, and today I'm going to walk you through step by step how to make a delicious comfort food. It can be made in a matter of minutes, it can be a one-pot meal, and what's better than that? So here we go with the Tater Tot Casserole, made with a homemade sauce, no canned soup. Let me show you how. Round up a skillet, preferably one that is oven safe. I'm using a cast iron skillet. Crank up the heat to high, drop in 1 tablespoon or 15 milliliters of a neutral oil of your choice. Once the oil's hot, throw in 1 medium chopped sweet onion. Cook until tender and slightly brown around the edges. Now that everything's cranked up, it's time to get serious. For this step of the process, this is what your onion should look like. Now it's time to move on to the next step. Round up your mushrooms. I'm using 8 ounces or 227 grams of chopped white mushrooms. Mix and cook over medium to high heat until the mushrooms are tender. For the next step, move the mushrooms and onions to the side of the pan, making a well in the center, and drop in 1 pound or roughly about 500 grams of ground beef. I'm using 90-10, however you can use any fat content that you like. Why, you may ask? Well, it's homemade. You can make it how you like it. Speaking of homemade, have you ever struggled to make the perfect sauce? Wait no longer. Sauces made simply by the Sauce and Gravy channel chef, Johnny Mac, is a must for your next holiday feast or weeknight meal. Delve into a selection of savory and sweet sauces as well as rich gravy recipes, with easy-to-follow step-by-step directions and QR codes that will take you straight to the channel's video recipes. You will be able to visualize the sauce-making process and improve your sauce-making skills while delighting your family and friends. Order now and get your copy today. Links are in the video description and comment section below. Back to the homemade sauce. When the meat is nearly cooked all the way, drop in 2 chopped, fire-roasted red bell peppers. Give it a good 360 over medium heat to combine all of the ingredients. To this you'll add 2 minced cloves of garlic. Stir the garlic in and cook for about 30 seconds. This looks really good. Moving right along, it's time to deglaze the pan with 1/4 cup or 63 milliliters of white wine. Mix it in really well and scrape the sides and bottom of the pan with that flat bottom spatula and cook the wine until it's nearly all the way gone over medium heat. Whenever the wine has been reduced down, make a well in the center of the pan by scooting all of the meat and vegetables over to the side and drop in 6 tablespoons or 84 grams of unsalted butter. Completely melt the butter down, and it might be a good idea to grab a spatula or a spoon and kind of shimmy it around. That way it helps it to melt a whole lot quicker. Add 6 tablespoons or 48 grams of all-purpose flour to the butter. So this is the roux. This is what's going to make your homemade sauce for this casserole extremely thick and tasty. No canned soup in this house. Try to mix the flour at first with the butter and then combine it with the rest of the ingredients. Cook over medium to low heat for roughly about 2 to 3 minutes. And this is super thick, so you want to frequently stir. When the roux is done cooking, add 1 cup or 250 milliliters of chicken stock and 2 cups or 500 milliliters of half and half. Carefully give it a good mix over medium heat to incorporate the roux into the cooking liquids. Once it's well combined, you can add some additional flavors. First off, what's it sauce? A dash will do, and the same thing applies for soy sauce. Give it a splash. To up the ante on the flavor, 1/4 teaspoon of onion soup mix. Mix it all together over medium heat. Spank in some black pepper. Frequently stir and bring this to a simmer over medium heat. Once it starts to simmer, you can turn down the heat to low and cook until thick. And this is a hearty comfort food, so you want this sauce to be really, really thick. So check it out. This should be the consistency. But after it's where you like it, give it a taste. See if you need to adjust the seasoning. Add a touch of salt, spank on some more pepper if needed, and hey, some people, they like to throw coffee in it. Taste it, try it. You might like it. Put the burner on low heat and check it out one more time. This is how thick this is. You want it to be thick and rich. This is a hearty comfort food. You want those tater tots to be put on top and stay on top and not sink in like a soup. Round up your tater tots, place them on top. Any brand will do. I used roughly about 1 pound out of a 2-pound bag. And you know what? It don't have to be purty, so just throw it on there any way that you like. And some people like to put cheese first over the sauce, then add the tater tots on top. But I like to put my tater tots directly on the sauce and then add half of a cup of finely shredded sharp cheddar cheese. And the burner, it's still over low heat. I want to keep everything nice and warm. But at this point, you're ready to throw this into a preheated oven at 375 degrees Fahrenheit or 191 degrees Celsius. Bake uncovered for 30 to 40 minutes or until bubbly all the way through and the tater tots have a touch of golden brown. If your baking dish or cast iron skillet is completely filled up with the casserole like mine is, you might want to put a baking tray directly under the cast iron skillet or on the rack below just in case it bubbles over. When the casserole is done, take it out of the oven and add an additional half cup of freshly grated sharp cheddar cheese. Place it back into the oven for about 2 to 5 minutes until the cheese is completely melted. And that's really all there is to it. That's how you make a tater tot casserole with a from-scratch homemade sauce. Let it slightly cool down for a few minutes and then dive in and enjoy. Thank you for watching the Sauce and Gravy channel. If you found this recipe helpful, be sure to hit that like button. And you know what? If you found it helpful, share it with your friends. They might find it helpful too. Are you really into sauces and gravies? Then smash that subscribe button and don't forget to hit the all notifications bell to stay tuned to the latest and greatest sauce making tips and techniques. Thanks again for watching, and remember, it's just you, me, and the sauces. Until next Saturday, keep whisking, y'all.